to the social class for class 8. In the previous class, we completed some of the topic from third chapter from the history, that is ruling the countryside. And there we found that like East India companies got the Diwani power, that means right to collect the revenue from the India, especially the Mughal empires are granting them to collect revenue from the Bengal provincial. So they started their own mechanisms, their ideas, how they have to collect more money from the farmers, that means from the farmers and agriculturists. So there we found that they started to collecting the revenue, like set up the new systems after the permanent settlement, Mahalwari systems, Raitwari systems, and it is some technique how they are trying to collect more revenue, more money. So they are collecting the revenue for the meet the expenditures of their soldiers, because Indian rulers are using them like during the war time and for their protecting them, like we already found in the subsidiary alliance. So they are granting them that they can collect the revenue from the Bengal provincials. So in this second session, we will study what type of the crops are there, from where they are getting more profit. And after that profit, before they are collecting in the forms of money. But now they need to collect in the forms of the crops. And due to the increasing demand that crops in the Europe. And as we already know that in the 16th century, the past industrializations are started in the Europe, especially like in London and Great Britain. And there the more industrial factories are increasing, they are rising there, and due to that cause more productions are started. But out of that, like productions like for the cloth, so like they are already collecting the raw material like cottons from India, so they're making the cloth. But now they realize that they found that in the Europe the tough competitions are there. After making a cloth, new designs are adding there, new colors are started there. So they need some raw materials which they can be sold them into the market in the high price after the modifications. And they found that like in India, the huge potential to growth of the indigo. But these indigo plants are used more by the East India Company in another side disadvantage for the Indian farmers. After they are started cultivating the indigo, their lands are become a barrier lands. Their lands are now infertile. After cultivations of indigo, the other crops are not grow properly. So there's some reasons there. So the things we will see one by one. The second class. So for the first, there is the crops for the Europe. In the crops for the Europe, as I already explained, in the Europe the top competitions are there. The collectings of the raw materials more and more from their colonial countries. Like we already know that East India Company of the Britons like capturing and they are dominating, started colonials in like in India, Southeast Asia. The most of the countries India Company set up their industrial factory. And like top competitions from like French, Dutch, Portuguese, they are also started industrial factory. They have also the colonials in other part of the country. Like they are collecting the sugar cane, they are collecting the cottons, like collecting the spices, and many things they are collecting from their colonial country. And due to that cause, the competitions are tough there. But the crops in the Europe, especially refers to the, especially in the context of this chapter 3, we refers to the indigo. During the 16th century, industrializations are started more in the Europe there. The demands of the peoples are high, manufacturing also high. And as for the business purposes, that how much they can be produced, that much profits are come there. And making a business, the new things have to be added. So people are looking for the new things. So like the clothes are producing there, new designs are adding there, new shape and size are created there. So that's how the many new things, due to the industrializations, many new things are started created and invented and try to make. So out of that, the crops for the Europes, especially the competition among the industrialist country. So during those times, most of the crops are brought not only from India but other part of the country also. Like from the Java, they are collecting mostly the sugarcane, coffee, rubber. So like in India also, they are collecting many things. But out of that, in the second point, we will see the why the demands for the Indian indigos the Indian indigo. So they are looking mostly now the indigo plantations. Before that they are giving emphasis on cotton plantations. They are collecting the revenue from the farmers. But now they realize that in the Europe the demand and supplies are very high for the indigo plant. That means indigo plants are the plant from where they can get a color, blue in color. Like still using the indigo, like from indigo plant they are from indigo plant they are collecting the color, and that colors are mixing and they are using in the cloth for the making. So from indigo plant they are obtaining the blue in color. So that's a very high quality one. So East India Company of India, that they realize that the demands are very high in Europe. So now they are emphasizing and give a order to the Indian farmers to cultivate indigo plantations, not to the other crops. But here one problems are found for the Indian farmers. After they are cultivating the indigo plant, their lands are become a barrier land. Their lands are not fertile for the other crops. Once for 2 times, 3 times they are planting the indigo on the land, and after 2-3 years, and when you go for cultivating like rubber, cotton, sugarcane, rice, wheat, whatever they are crops which they are planting on that land, that are become very bad. So due to that cause, the farmers are reluctant to grow the indigo. They don't want to grow the indigo, and that's exact reasons. Let's go to the history. Like indigo plantation revolutions are started here. Like when the Mahatma Gandhi non-cooperation movements are started here. There also we found the indigo plantations, indigo movements are started, especially in Bihar. So in the second process, we will see the demands for the Indian indigo, especially from the 1783 to the 1789. Here we found that before the Indian peoples, they don't know about the indigo, they don't know about the indigo, and after planting the indigo, what are the results. But when they found that after planting the indigo, the mass productions, the other crops are not suitable on that land. So that's why the Indian farmers are leave the plantings of indigo, and that's make a major cost for the Indian farmers. The another side, the East India companies are earning huge amounts of revenue, huge amounts of money. But for the Indian farmers, after that they collecting the indigo, they are unable to grow any crops. So that means this whole year, 2 years, that means they are planting only indigo, which are unable to feed their family members. They are unable to eat the indigo. So what they will eat now? If all the lands are planted the indigo, so it's very difficult for them. They are unable to produce the crops. So which make a problem for the Indian farmers to look after their family members. If they are producing the rice, if they are producing the wheat, if they are producing the millet, maize, then at least they can provide their family member. But plantings of indigo, which make a problem because they are unable to feed their family members for to eat. And after planting also, the lands are become unfertile. So which make a very problem for the Indian peoples. And we've already found that during the 1783 to the 1789, the mass productions of indigos are started in India with the orders of the East India Company. And they are compelled to grow the indigo plantations. And the third topic, there is a British turn to the India. Because British turn to the India, I already said that the British, they don't have only the in India for colonials and collecting of the raw material. They have more colonials from which they can collect it. But later they found that Indian indigo, from where indigos are planted in India, that qualities are very high. Like you might have already heard. Like the best qualities of the tea from the Darjeeling, like from the Assam, they have some quality. Like rubbers are from the Madras, from the Karnataka, coffees from the Karnataka. So some of the areas, due to the fertility of the land, which they are very suitable for that particular commodity. So they also found that the Indian indigos are very good in quality and they are sold them in Europe very high price. So that's why they are turned back to the India to plantings of indigo more and more for utilizing. So like from the other country they brought the indigo which they are sold for 5 rupees. But Indian indigos which they are brought to the Europe are sold for 7 or 8 rupees, more higher than that, because they have more quality, capacity. So that's why people are looking more for the Indian indigos. And that's mostly we found there during 1810, the 90% of the lands are only utilized for the cultivations of the indigo, not for the crops to feed up their family members. And here we found that if they are not eat food, they are unable to work. That's the major reasons which the Indian farmers are opposing there. So for today, that much only there, the 3 topic, and the remaining topic will cover into the next sessions. And once you go through there, only the 2-3 topics I completed there, so it will be easy for you to understand. So once you go through there, and if you have any problem, then you ask me for that. Thank you.